Welcome to Play PS5, the podcast. And Alex, we don't know the price of the PS5, but I know it's going to be expensive. So to make some extra money, I have been going to a sperm bank. And I walked in there with a tuxedo on, and the receptionist looked at the nurse. She was like, "Get a load of that guy." Ba-dumps. That's right. I'm making mad money with my little swimmers, and we got a good show for you tonight, folks. I am hot. I am angry, and I'm about to eat a bean. Segment 1, we talk about me playing Super Nintendo because I sold my PS4, got a new TV, I got nothing else to play. Then we talk about Xbox. They made Sony look like a little biatch. We're going to talk about that and then what Sony should do in response. Segment 2, we have the rumor mill. There's so many rumors. I hate it, but one thing I do love is my co-host. Alex, how you doing tonight? Are you ready to get talking about games?
Adam, you've been coming in hot with these intros. I like it. You're way funnier than you've been in a long time. I wonder if you're juicing in the background. I don't know what's going on, but you're coming in. You're coming in great, and it's impressive. Yes, I'm ready to talk about some of this stuff, man. We got some rumors to discuss. I want to pick your brain about your TV a little bit, but yeah, let's hit up the gamer juice. I'll take the lead on this, Adam. Chill out. Went to the come and go. My daughter wanted some blue drink. She ended up picking out blue Gatorade. And if you know anything about me, it's one thing is I steal from my children as much as possible because they steal from me on a daily basis by just existing. So I stole her blue Gatorade. Please don't tell her. That's the gamer juice. It's theft Gatorade from the come and go, and it tastes exactly like blue Gatorade.
Okay, well, blue is good. I like purple myself, but whatever.
Just like your tie.
Because I'm a classy man, I got myself.
Is that urine in a champagne glass?
You wish. It's good. It's good. It's actually spicy ginger soda. I didn't get real champagne because I would do the whole bottle and I would get loopy, but it is pretty good. I like ginger big time, so this definitely matches. It does look like champagne. It fits the whole presentation that I'm presenting for you, Alex. Do you accept?
I always accept a presentation.
Well, this has gotten weird quick. So here's the thing. We had a bet, and honestly, it's the J-Brat Jabroni of the week right here, because I'm going to end up having to eat a Bean Boozle because last week we discussed September 9th. Is Sony going to have a presentation and have some type of discussion for the PlayStation 5? Of course, if you're listening to this, you probably know, unfortunately, there was no event. There was no news, meaning Alex has won the bet.
Yep, I won the bet, Adam. You are a fool. Because Sony themselves were like, guess what? We are not going to say anything about the PlayStation 5 this week. It is all PSVR. Drink all that drink before you take the bean, just so you can suffer like I had to. There you go. So they're not. They said explicitly no news, and everybody somehow spun that into like, oh, there's gonna be news on the 25th birthday of PlayStation. Sony doesn't care about the American birthday of PlayStation. They're a Japanese company. So as a result, there was no event. Adam thought for sure there was going to be an event because he is a fool, and now Adam will take a bean. So just like last time, Adam, you spun for me. I'm going to spin for you.
And I am watching hard here because I'm afraid you're going to cheat.
I ain't even spin it. We landed on chocolate pudding or canned dog food.
Oh, chocolate pudding.
That's such an easy one.
What? Dude, if it's dog food, that ruins you because that doesn't go away, that taste.
Yeah, but you're not impressing anybody. Oh, well, I guess you want your breath to match your suit. So, yeah, the chocolate pudding's a nice treat. Go ahead, pop it in there, Adam. Let's see how you do. While Adam's, questioning his morals, questioning his life, and the choices that led him here. It's dog food? It's kind of fitting because, if anything, Adam, you're a dog. So you need to eat the food for the kind of person you are.
Dude, it is so...
It's so dog food. It is so dog food.
It is incredible how close. Like, the thing is, oh, man, I've eaten Alpo, and it tastes just like the little nibble I took of it.
Yeah. Well, now you're taking more than a nibble. You're taking a whole bite.
Feed your dog anything you're not willing to eat yourself. So because I fed our dog for years, I took a little bite, and it tastes like this.
How
Oh man,
I want to see you eat like 5 of those, knowing that they're all dog food.
the thing is, like I chewed it only on my right side of my mouth, hoping that
it fills up your whole mouth.
Yeah, it really does.
It's a whole mouth taste. Adam, chew on that, marinate a little bit. I'll introduce our next little segment. So Adam, the clever boy that he is, not even believing Sony's official announcements about the PlayStation announcement not happening, Adam also made the very excellent move of selling his PlayStation 4 right on the eve of purchasing a new high-definition TV. If you listen to our last episode, we discussed the merits of a new TV. Adam, you finally dropped the fat cash and got a TV. Can you tell me what TV you got?
Oh gosh, that dog food is bad. Ooh.
So
I got the Sony X900H.
Was that one of the ones that were like officially PS5 ready?
It is, yeah.
All right. So what is it? 4K? 4K, right?
4K.
120 hertz?
120 native hertz.
All right.
It has capability for HDMI 2.1.
Now, Adam, is 4K the resolution, or is it the number of penises you've looked at on it?
I've only had it for a week, so.
Oh, so 8K? It's an 8K TV? Okay.
8K? Ooh. So the TV is, I will admit, also the fact that football started this week, American football, that played a pretty big aspect in me going ahead and purchasing it. And it looks very nice. There was one little wonky thing with the HDMI. I don't know. It's probably just me being illiterate. I had a little issue with that. Other than that, TV works great. It looks absolutely fantastic. Granted, I'm only watching football and Roseanne on the TV station Cozy because those are the only 2 ones I can get with my antenna. But the gaming situation, because I don't have the PS4, I am playing the Super Nintendo. So I do not actually get to play or see something that has the visual impressiveness of what the PS4 or PS5 will be able to produce. So, that's a hamper. I wish I could tell you, for gaming, it is super smooth and there's no lag and there's crystal clear picture. I don't know yet. Unfortunately, I don't know. But Sony product, it has all the specs that we talked about last week. There should be no reason that this isn't a top-of-the-line TV for the PS5.
Adam, I'm really curious because I get the text messages giving me the status updates as you were acquiring this TV. You said that, one, it was way too big for one person to move. You said you could barely lift it up. You didn't have anything ready to wall mount it, and it was larger than your TV stand can hold. So I'm really curious, what's the situation with the TV? Do you have it like propped up against the wall or something like that? How's this thing working in your house? How'd you get it picked up? Did you drag it on the ground into your home?
So in the box, I was able to manhandle it to get in. But once you take it out of the box, the TV doesn't have a panel on the outside. Like typically most TVs have some small panel and
the bezel. No bezel.
Exactly. Whether you feel good about it or you should or shouldn't, typically you can put your fingers on that and you lift from the outside.
Yeah.
Well, because this doesn't have that, I don't want to put my fingers on the glass, put pressure on the glass and lift up. So that means I have to grab the outside of it. And I got 65 inch. It's so wide, to move it is very difficult. And you're right, my TV stand was too small, so I had to go purchase another one. And of course, that is glass. And so that weighed a good 80 pounds. Really, it took hours to get this bad boy set up. It was pretty painful. I'm not going to lie. I was regretting my purchase as I was texting you on Saturday as I was putting this stuff together. Now that it's up and I watched Thursday Night Football and I played a little Super Nintendo and I watched Our Planet on Netflix, like a nature documentary, I don't know. I'm okay with it now. Like the anger has subsided. The only thing I'm worried about is if I move, or I guess when I move, I'm definitely going to have someone come and help move it. Granted, most of you, if you've got a wife, a kid, or whatever, that's not going to be an issue. You don't need 2 strong people. You just need 2 people. Unfortunately, something I don't have.
I'll be strong for you, Adam. I'll give you the emotional support and you can just put that support under your TV. Adam, you mentioned you played Super Metroid on this big fancy TV. This was one of the points I made about why you should go with a computer monitor, focus on a computer monitor. One, mobility. I should have made that point. Mobility. Two, computer monitors have the ability to adjust resolution better. You can play these old games, and they won't look like crap. One, how did Super Metroid look on this fancy 4K TV? And two, Adam, can you go home again? Super Metroid is an old game. How was it playing again? Did you enjoy your experience of playing an old-ass Super Nintendo game? Was it still fun?
So I will say I played on the Super Nintendo Classic, and so that's an emulator. So that may have played some part into my experience here. And why I mention that is because the game actually looked pretty good.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, that has some upscaling or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had no issue. There was no fuzziness. I mean, it looked great. For 16-bit. So on my TV, it looked fantastic. It was nice and wide, and I mean, it was great. Yeah, I was able to sit back on my couch, prop my feet up, play some Super Metroid, and yeah, I would even go as far to say as before this week. Super Metroid was definitely one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game. For years and years and years, Super Metroid was my favorite game of all time. It's got atmosphere. It's got a good increase in difficulty throughout the game. They don't just immediately murder you. It's kind of just a cool game in general, a cool concept, a bug hunt. Like, there's a lot going for it that I really loved and I still like. So I was going in very excited to play my favorite game of all time. And unfortunately, it was a rough. It started out charming and nostalgic because I remember being a kid. I remember those levels, those rooms, some of the secrets that they have hidden throughout the world. I remembered some of those. And then I never realized about, 60, 70% of the way through the game, it gets pretty painful. And when I say that, I mean, they have a bunch of really cheap traps, some really annoying areas. There's a lot of backtracking. There are just some painful aspects, like the grappling is god-awful. There's a level with sand is just unnecessarily difficult, and they made it as annoying as humanly possible. A lot of the worlds, especially the later ones, are like mazes, and it just takes 3-4 times longer to get through an area than it needs to. It's not that the game is hard at all. It's not. But the difficulty was in the mazes and all these stupid traps. Like, for example, there's a section where you have a hallway and you have to jump in between platforms, and there's these little, I think they're plants. And if a plant gets you, it eats you for like 4 seconds. You can't do anything. They just eat you. And then 4 seconds is up, they stop, and you jump off. Well, they made it intentionally so that once you get some of the upgrades, or if you aren't really, like, barely tapping, if you push the A button, you're boned. You barely have to tap it. And if you tap it too hard or anything, the plant eats you. It is so annoying. Without playing it, it's hard to really talk about it. But it's bad, Alex. So I don't know if I can go home. Has this happened to you? Because after playing it, I don't think I want to play it again. Like, it had some good aspects to it, but it was far too annoying.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at contextualizing games that are old and going back and playing them and looking past the flaws. It sounds to me almost like what's happening is you've grown up and you don't have limitless time that you had as a kid. So, like, as a kid, the mazes are fun because it's like, whatever, I'm playing video games, yeah. As an adult, it's like, I want something to happen. I don't have the rest of my life to play this game. I have the little bit that I have left. Adam, I think you're probably going to live for about 2 or 3 more years. So you really got to prioritize how you spend your time. And that's not a good use of your time backtracking in Super Metroid, especially when you've already beaten it once. I'm really trying to think of a game that I've gone back to and thought, ooh, this isn't quite what I thought it was. And I'll be honest, I'm struggling. Usually, I only play excellent games. The only games, here's one you can't go back to: Kingdom Hearts. Anybody who's tried to go back to Kingdom Hearts will realize it's awful.
Please take me home.
Yeah.
Grant, you're taking me home from like 2 years ago, but take me home, Scotty.
Worst.
Okay,
All right.
So here's the thing. I don't understand. There's a difference. I understand that, how to put this. So Kingdom Hearts had backtracking, okay? It had backtracking, but yet I didn't mind that because it was kind of mindless backtracking. In Super Metroid, it was annoying backtracking. Like, I went 10
There's
minutes.
not a single moment of Kingdom Hearts that isn't annoying.
See, I disagree, first of all, but let me mention. So, Super Metroid, Kingdom Hearts, you go through 80% of the level, and then it's like, oh, you got to go back to the beginning and talk to someone. Is it annoying? Yes. But you can just mindlessly go back to the beginning and talk to that person. Super Metroid, I go for 10 minutes through a world. I make one wrong jump, or there was one block in the whole mother effing room that crumbles, that is hidden, that you don't know, and you fall into another world and have to go through that world to get back to the beginning, to then go across the same 10 minutes and hope that you don't hit the same block or miss a jump again. Like, it is infuriating in what they've done. I almost quit. I really did. I was like, I can't do this crap. I hate it when developers build a game with cheap garbage. Like, that is such a cheap way to make games more difficult, is adding secret blocks that make you fall and mazes that confuse you. It's awful.
You're just describing Kingdom Hearts. Remember that thing when you're in the whale and you got to like arbitrarily decide to turn left, then turn right, then go straight, then turn left, and like there's literally no way to figure it out. You just have to do trial and error over and over again. Only reason I made it through is because you told me exactly what to do, and I still hated every second of it.
Adam. I mean, there's some of that. You won't play the second one. The second one isn't like that at all.
Why would I play the second one when the first one was already a huge pain in the ass?
Because the second one is unequivocally the best one in the series. There isn't a single person who disagrees with it.
Listen, if a dog takes a dump in my shoe like 5 times, I'm not going to pick my favorite dump of the week. All right? It's still crap in my shoe. I'm not going to get excited about it.
Dude, I don't know what your issue is. I've even offered, I will pay for you to play that effing game.
It is literally, the disc, thanks for giving it to me, the disc is literally a coaster for me right now. It is.
I hate you.
There's a drink coasting on it, and it's the best use of Kingdom Hearts I've ever seen in my life.
I hate you. Here's the thing. The thing with Super Metroid that I like so much is that you start out pretty weak. And slowly you gain these abilities, and ever so slowly you become more and more powerful, which is incredible. I love that. That is the one thing about the game that and there's like optional upgrades that you don't need to have the Spazer. You don't need to have the Spring Ball. You don't need to have some of, a lot of the other upgrades, but if you find them, it makes you even stronger. So by the end of the game, you're a beast. And it is so rewarding to be that beast. And then they ruin it by, in the last world, they put enemies in there that you cannot, I guess you can kill, but you can't kill in a way that like, oh, you're strong. Essentially, you have to freeze them and then use a power bomb on them. Or a super missile, one of the two. It's so, like, why do that? Like, I went all those hours, why not just make me be a beast? So that's my question to you, Alex, for the future, because that was easily my favorite aspect of Super Metroid. Is there a game where you start out pretty weak, you go through the game, and slowly you gain power like you do in Super Metroid, but unlike Super Metroid, where then the final level, they throw you these stupid things, you can't even use your powers, and you realize all the extra time you spent upgrading is a waste of time. Is there a game where they let you pretty much reward you for doing all that work and make the end of the game kind of easy, and you're overpowered and you just destroy people? Is there a game like that?
Demon Souls, bitch. That's it. That's the name of the game right there. Demon Souls. That's what's so fun about it. You put in the effort and you will become an unstoppable force. That's what's so fun. Also, you're kind of describing every single RPG that's ever existed. You put in the effort, you level up, bang.
No, it's not that way.
Yeah, well.
I mean, not the turn-based ones. I don't know what ones you're specifically. Like Final Fantasy. they increase the difficulty so much. Yeah, you're a lot stronger, but the enemies get stronger.
If you put in the extra effort and find all the secret stuff and you get all the skills and all the summons and stuff, then suddenly you're unstoppable. Yeah.
I mean,
Demon Souls, that's what you're looking for. You play this game, it's very difficult. As you go through it, these enemies that you would like avoid and be terrified of, you just take them out in one fell swoop because you have it figured out and you got it pegged and you're strong enough. It's very rewarding and the game's a lot more fun because of it. So yeah, circling it back around to PlayStation 5, thanks for all the Super Nintendo talk, Adam. When it launches, you can play Demon Souls and experience all that joy, and we can experience it together and we'll be friends.
I don't understand what it even is.
It's I don't even want to try to describe it. It's just going to turn you off. You just got to play it, man. It's an RPG with like roguelike type elements. You walk around hitting bad guys with swords, and when they kill you, you start over again, and you can go collect your body and get all your money back, so that you can spend that money to upgrade your character and get stronger. Experience points is the currency, so you spend it or you use it to upgrade. There's so much to it. Just look forward to it. It's going to be the best thing that's ever happened to you.
It would be great if I knew if it was coming out.
It certainly is coming out.
It would be great if I knew PS5 was coming out.
PlayStradamus predicts it's a launch title. There we go. It's been brought into the real world. PlayStradamus made it a thing. You're welcome.
Okay, there it is. You know what? I will admit you did nail a payment option for some of the next-gen consoles. I'll let you use that to lead into our next little discussion here.
Yeah. Not to toot PlayStradamus's horn, but if you recall, the prediction was made that the PlayStation 5 will be purchasable on a payment plan. Now, PlayStradamus, like most of his predictions, are about 90% right. The last 10% was that I predicted that for the wrong console. We're going to suss out the competition here. Xbox Series X was all we knew about, but they recently announced the Xbox Series S, a lower-tier console competing with the PlayStation 5. It is $299, which is extremely cheap for a next-generation console, with the Series X being $499. So that right there gives us an indication of where the PlayStation 5 ought to fall in terms of pricing. They announced that it's coming out September 9th? No, announced on September 9th. Oh, goodness gracious, yeah. Pre-order starts September 22nd. When is it coming out? November? Did they give us a release date?
I don't think we have a release date yet.
PlayStradamus predicts November 10th. But anyways, yeah. The one thing they did announce was that $25 a month, zero interest, you can pay for this console on a payment plan. Listen, man, people owe me money left and right. The Hitman people owe me money. Somebody else, Astrobot, I think, owes me money. And now Microsoft owes me money for the payment plan option. It just keeps coming, man. I'm getting rich off of these ideas. Adam, what do you think Sony should do now? You know, they were playing a game of chicken with Microsoft in terms of the pricing of these next-gen consoles. Series X, we thought that was going to be the powerhouse console that was going to be expensive. It's $499. What's Sony going to do? We don't want them to have a catastrophe like they did with the PlayStation 3 and oversell it and make it too expensive and nobody buys it and Xbox takes their lunch money. So what do you think? You think they're going to beat the price? You think they're going to meet the price? What are you thinking here?
You know, that I also, before we dive into this, I want to know, I don't know, like, I don't want to sound like a rich spoiled boy in a tuxedo or anything, but I understand $500 is a lot, but to pay $25 a month for, like, shouldn't you just save up and be able to buy it at that point? Or like the $300 option? Like, why? I know money's tight, COVID and stuff. Like, $25 a month? Like, why not just buy it? I feel like if you can't afford a $300 console, you should just wait until you can.
The name of the game is liquidity, Adam. Say I had the $500 when the console came out, but I could take it on a $25 a month payment plan, whatever. I had that $500 sitting in a bank account for me to use in case of an emergency, and I'll just pull $25 out of it every month until the console's paid off. That's all you got to do. It's not hurting you. It's free money. It is free money when you do it that way.
And then what happens if it breaks?
Whatever. What happens if it breaks after you spend $500 on it?
Well, then you can get fixed.
Yeah, you get it fixed if you're on the payment plan too.
I mean, I feel like that's more of an issue for Microsoft than the actual owner of the console. Because say I break it I mean, credit cards now, you can tell them, hey, stop having them charge me monthly. It's, I don't know, like I'm off their plan or I'm not paying for it anymore.
Yeah, and then they send
like,
you to collections because you're not paying them and you have their consoles.
Would they really do that for a $300 console?
Especially if it's happening to 1 million people.
It's a lot of, it just seems like a lot of work.
It's not that much work. This is what they do, man. This is their bread and butter. They're a big business. It's easy for them to do it. Easy.
It just seems nuts to me. If you don't have $300, just wait another couple months.
If you do have $300, just do the payment plan anyways. It's free money. Yeah, Adam, I'm not here to teach you how money works, how economics work. Adam, I'm here to ask you. We have one of our over-unders. We set the launch price for the disc version of the PlayStation 5 to be $549. That was the line. Adam, you could have picked over or under. You picked the over. In light of the news that the Series X is going to be $499, how are you feeling about your prediction of over $549 for the expensive version of the PlayStation 5?
So the thing here is that I still feel very strongly that had Series X and stuff not come out, it would have been $599. Now I'm 50-50. The thing is, I feel like if they come out at $499 and $399, they're going to be taking a big hit. They were even at $599. I feel like they were going to take a hit on the console prices. But I mean, we may now see exactly a $549. You know?
Yeah. Yes, that's a good point. Drop it. So you're right. I have two moves for Sony, if you will allow me. Sony wanted to launch this at $599. That's true. Now they can't. That's way too much more than the Xbox Series X if you're competing. You're right. They're going to drop it down to $549 and say that, you know what that $50 extra is? That's you getting an Ultra HD DVD, Ultra Blu-ray disc 4K player, whatever it is. And then it's going to be $499 to compete with the Series X because they had the same guts on the inside, right? So you're right. That's what they're going to do. They're going to drop the $599 to $549. Here is the other move, Sony. Sony, you ready to owe me some more money? Nobody knows how much your controller is going to cost. And quite frankly, nobody cares. So that money that you're shaving off of the PlayStation 5, think about it. Every PlayStation 5 you sell, you're going to sell probably 2 or 3 extra controllers, maybe 4 if people got a lot of friends. I wouldn't know anything about that. You up the price of the controller, $10, maybe $20 if you're feeling frisky. Let's call it $15 extra dollars that you can add on to the price that you were planning for the DualSense controller to recoup some of those losses. Sony, that's free money for you right there. You can send the checks to Alex at contact at PlayPS5podcast.com. I'll happily cash them, or just send me a free PlayStation 5. We'll call it even. What do you think about that, Adam? Adam, what's the upper limit on how much you would pay for a DualSense?
I mean, that's the thing. I assumed, I think when we talked about, I assume I'm paying $100 for that mother effort.
Yeah, if it's $100, you can't go higher.
No, there's no way. If it's more than that, I won't even buy it. I'm like, dude, I just spent $500 on a console. You're like over 100. That means over 20% of your total console price is the controller. That's ridiculous. It can't be over 100. And I even think 100's a ripoff. But again, I know I'm going to have friends who are going to want to at least see it. I can't just have one controller. So you're right. They pretty much bone you. You got to have 2 controllers. Like,
here's what I'm thinking. A game is going to be $70. I bet a controller. They were expecting $70, $69.99 for a new DualSense. I bet they're going to up that to $79.99. PlayStradamus predicts $79.99 is going to be the cost of the DualSense. This is now to recoup the losses that they're losing on each of the PlayStation 5 sold. It's not going to be a straight up conversion, but they're going to make some of that money back there. Sony, send me your cash. Adam, you have here in the show notes, what is Sony waiting for? You're right. That's a good question. We now know the price of the Xbox Series X. We now know when it's coming out. Why Sony's not talking anymore? We need to hear something from them. They don't even have an announcement lined up from what I can tell. What do you think they're waiting for?
This is the thing that makes me angry, is the fact that I understand this game of chicken. I totally understand, because this is a perfect example. Had they jumped the gun and said, yeah, we are going to probably again, we're assuming, go with our original plan and it's $599, and then Xbox comes out here at $499 and $299, they may be in a world of trouble there. So I understand why they waited. But now they know what the price is for the Xbox. They've obviously had to consider what happened if Xbox went to some pricing like this. They should have already had their ducks in a row. Okay, take some time to run some analytics and see at what price point they lose this much, all that stuff. That should have already been done. You're a billion-dollar company. Why the heck have you not already done that? You should have gone ahead. They should be ready right now. I cannot imagine them not having all the information they need to be able to say, here are our plans. And why they're waiting now, I don't know.
Here's why they're waiting, Adam. They lost the game of chicken, all right? They lost the game of chicken because they have already sent out their promotional material, I bet. I bet like GameStop and all these people, they have all the material saying that, hey, PlayStation 5 is going to be $599. They get the banners. They get the pre-order now for this price. They get the stuff saying DualSense is going to be $69.99. And guess what? They got to reprint all that material to up the price of the DualSense and drop the price of the PlayStation 5.
I don't think they would have put the price on the stuff.
Oh, yeah, man.
Dude, knowing that they were in this battle, I don't think they would have done that.
All these internet banners, man, they got to advertise that MSRP somewhere, man. I'm telling you, they are reprinting right now. There's rumors going around that Sony is slashing the price because of what Xbox has done. Here's the other thing. They're calling their Wells Fargo bank. They're calling their companies because they heard Playstradamus predicted and set it up for them. They got to figure out how to make a payment plan work. They haven't done this before. They got to make this come into a reality and get people on the PlayStation 5 payment plan. So that's going to take some banking and things like that, finance stuff, really up high level. High quality. You know all about it. You and your tuxedo right there. You know this classy stuff.
So my thought, another thing too, is obviously like we're PlayStation guys. I've never had an Xbox. I'm not gonna get an Xbox. I'm gonna get the PlayStation regardless of the price or whatever. But for someone who maybe is a more casual gamer, I've seen a lot of discussions and that Sony has a lot of exclusives. They've got a lot of franchises that people love. They have a lot of good games. Personally, I don't really know anything that Xbox has other than Halo. I know they have a lot of other games that they can also get Kingdom Hearts. They can also get NBA 2K21. They can also get Madden. I know they can also get all these other games that are on Nintendo and PlayStation, all those too. But for the casual gamer, do they care? Because really, I think between more than the specs, more than what the console looks like, more like even possibly to some point the price, the thing is the games, right? So how much more are the games that Sony can provide? How much more value is that than what the Xbox can? Is that $50? Is that $100 more?
So I think the payment plan is where this comes into play because Microsoft's payment plan, the $25 a month, isn't just the console. You're also paying for access to Xbox Game Pass, which is it's like Netflix for games. And you're also paying for the EA Play Pass, their new Netflix for gaming type thing too. And nothing says casual gamer like Electronic Arts. Talking about your Maddens, talking about Call of Duty, that's Activision. Medal of Honor. EA has a ton of big franchises, and now they're going to be on Xbox. $25 a month is going to net you all of that. So, yeah, Microsoft has a big play here. And they've also been buying up game studios left and right. So they have some heavy hitters in their back pocket. They haven't shown any of their games. Microsoft's demonstrations of the games that are coming out isn't really exciting, aside from Halo, which got pushed back. So I don't really know what Microsoft's move is yet. I think they just don't have games ready. But that Game Pass thing they got going on is a pretty nice deal. So, yeah, casual gamers will be interested. You can almost set your watch to this stuff. One console cycle, somebody's going to dominate. Next console cycle, they're going to overshoot. They're going to blow their load early on, and they're not going to be able to recoup, and they're going to take the back seat. Just like PlayStation 2, they won. PlayStation 3, they lost. PlayStation 4, they won. Just like that. Xbox lost. 360 won. Xbox One X lost. Now if history repeats itself, Series X and Series S is going to be a winner here. But Sony has the opportunity to make something special happen if they just want to, pull the trigger.
So for casual fans, you think that if Sony came out with $599, everyone would get the Series X because it's $100 cheaper, regardless of the games, because of the EA Game Pass.
I have heard the word on the street is people are excited about the payment plan. People are excited. $25 a month. I can swing that. I can carve $25 out of my monthly budget. Carving, waiting X amount of years to turn that $25 a month into a full-fledged console purchase. I can't really do that as much. I'd rather have the console now and pay an installment. So I think that's what the casual gamer is going to go for. Little Timmy on the street is going to easily be able to ask his mom for $25 and she's going to forget about it. And then a month later, he's going to say, Mom, can I have $25? And she's going to say, yeah, it's been a while. Sure, here's another one. And he's going to just do that forever, and he's going to play all his games. And, it's brilliant. It was a brilliant move. I don't know. The hardcore gamers are probably going to go PlayStation because they have amazing exclusives, talking about Spider-Man, talking about God of Wars, Last of Us those things. Yeah, but little Jimmy doesn't care. He just cares about getting a console, and Microsoft is making it easy for him.
$300 that's a good price. I'll admit that.
I admit that's tempting for me as well as a PlayStation guy. $300, man. It's not that's a small price to pay for next gen quality games. But let's move on, Adam. I'm getting tired of this segment. I want to move on to segment 2. So Sony, you didn't do anything for your birthday here in America, but that's all right. PlayPS5 has got you covered. So Adam, you got this tuxedo on. Thank you for celebrating Sony's birthday. Happy birthday, PlayStation. We wish you all the best, and here's to 25 more years. I thought it was a joke, 25 years. Damn. While I go cut the cake, just listen to some music, and we'll see you in segment 2.
Welcome to Play PS5 Podcast segment 2. Here's the thing. There's so many rumors. I am so mad. There are rumors flying off the shelf like they're hot Cheetos. I can't keep up with them, Alex. Will you help me keep up?
Yeah, let's burn through the rumor mill, man. I am horny for news, and we got some rumors. I'm not horny for news. I'm horny for rumors, and we got plenty of rumors to discuss. So let's hot off the presses. It appears as though Amazon has been selling PlayStation 5 wall mounts, or they will go on sale November 19th or start shipping November 19th. Why would they suddenly start selling PlayStation 5 wall mounts on November 19th? Does that mean something special is happening on November 19th? Corroborating that, we have a new rumor coming south of the border from Brazil, where all of Adam's ladyboy friends hang out. It appears that Disney Plus is launching in Brazil on November 17th. And I know what you're saying. Who cares? It's Disney Plus. This is Play PS5, the podcast, and Kingdom Hearts sucks. But there was a leaked picture of the PlayStation 5 media remote, the TV remote that you can use to control the media on the PlayStation 5. And it had an image. This is a leaked picture from a Brazilian outlet of the Brazilian remote. And it had a picture of Disney Plus on one of the buttons, indicating that Disney Plus is launching at the same time or around the same time that the PlayStation 5 is launching. And then corroborating that, where there's smoke, there is fire. It appears that in Japan, the DualSense charging station will be launching on November 20th. So it looks like all signs are pointing to November 20th as a launch date. Adam, quick over and under review. We had the release date as before or after November 10th, 2020. Adam picked the after. How are you feeling about that prediction there, buddy?
I've always felt good. I really didn't think it was going to be earlier. I thought maybe the 13th. The fact you gave me the 10th was a godsend. You screwed yourself. Here's the thing in my question, though. One, who's going to freaking wall mount your PS5? Don't do that.
I wall mounted my PS4, so.
Oh, you're such an idiot. Of course you would. 2, Disney Plus. Okay, there could be. It doesn't even make any sense. Say Disney Plus launches on the 17th, but the PS5 comes out in December. Well, of course it's going to have the Disney Plus clicker. Okay.
It sets an upper
How
limit.
does that tell you, oh, those two things mean they're coming out the same day?
It sets, not the same day, but it sets an upper limit or like a gate of how early it could release. You're certainly not going to release that remote before Disney Plus is a thing in the region. So you know that it's not launching any earlier than the 17th. And we got things that are launching on the 20th. So it's going to be somewhere around there. Adam, you're up. You're winning. I want to give you the opportunity for a bean to go double or nothing here. We have a date saying November 19th. We have a date saying November 17th. We have a date saying November 20th. Adam, do you want to go double or nothing? Do you think this is going to release on the 19th or the 20th?
I do not see. I don't understand why the 17th thing. I don't fully believe in that.
Forget that. Okay, move on to these other two stories. We have guy saying
I've seen they've come out with Amazon listings with the PS5 with prices and all that. No one knows. These are bull crap, man.
All right. Do you want to go? Let's set a new line. You're saying after, assuming after is right, we're going to go double or nothing. Do you want to set? Do you want to take a line? I'm going to say the line will be November 19th. You want to take before or after November 19th for when it's going to be coming out now?
So regardless, I'm winning the first bet.
Yeah, I'll eat that bean.
And so now we're just
no. Double or nothing means regardless is I'll eat that bean. The next one is for two beans.
Huh. Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Meaning
I'm gonna go over. I'm doing the over.
You're taking 20th. Okay, I set the line at 19. So if it launches the 19th or any date earlier, then you eat two beans. If it launches after the 19th, then you eat two beans.
The 19th is a draw. Anything earlier, you win. Later, I win.
No. That's not how over-under works, man. That's why I set the line.
Dude, I bet on football games all the time. If the over-under is 50 points and 50 points is scored, I get my money back.
I'm going to win this on a technicality, and you're not going to like it. But okay. All right, we'll say that.
What's the technicality?
The technicality is that it's going to release at like 11 o'clock Central Time, midnight Eastern Time. So I'm going to have my PlayStation. That's what we'll set the line. Whatever the date is on my cell phone, when I have the PlayStation 5 in my hand, that is what we're counting as the time.
Yeah, you're going to have to sit out there for like 4 hours at the line.
I'm going to have a PlayStation 5 in my hands at 11:35, November 18th, and you're going to eat two beans because of it.
Look, if it's the 18th, okay.
What it says on my cell phone when I'm holding the PlayStation 5, that's what we're saying.
That's so garbage because you're in Central Time.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's how you play the game. Adam, here's a little thing you're not thinking about. Yeah, it makes sense that the wall mount is selling on November 19th in America and that the DualSense charging station is launching in Japan on November 20th because Japan is a day ahead of us, man. It is certainly launching on the 19th. And because it's launching on the 19th, I'm going to get it at 11 p.m. on the 18th. Man, you're going to eat two freaking beans, baby. That's what I love about Over Under, man. You get screwed every time, and I always come on top, man, because I'm Hollywood. You got the tuxedo, but I have the class, baby. Moving on. There was an interview with the developers of Kena, one of my hotly anticipated launch titles. It's coming out for the PlayStation 4, but they talked about what are some of the enhancements we can expect for PlayStation 5. Of course, the graphics are going to be better. Everybody knows that. It's going to have a higher frame rate. But one of the interesting things is the game takes 2 seconds to launch. Adam, is there anything in your life that only takes 2 seconds to accomplish?
Bring your auntie in the room.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you went there. Thank you. That was exactly what I was wanting to hear. That's good. That's good. 2 seconds. Let me just cut that out. 1, 2. Game is launched. Now, that is very good because it takes for freaking ever for the PS4 to load up a game. That's exciting. I wonder if that's off of a disc or if it's only digital. There's a lot of questions to be had, but that's still pretty fast to be in the game, ready to go 2 seconds into it. Now, I wonder if it's going to eliminate the garbage where you have the advertisements of every single freaking person who had any hand in making the game showing up first. Adam, did you ever play games in the N64 era?
Sure did.
There was a game, Forsaken, that I loved for the Nintendo 64, but I hated starting it up because, no lie, it was about 5 minutes of splash screens of different developers, the people who made the sound, the people who made the graphics, the people who made the music. I hate that, and I'm starting to see that creep up again here in the Sony stuff, especially with PSVR. I'll be excited if I can get into a game in 2 seconds, maybe be playing it after 5 seconds. Does this give you any hype, Adam?
I mean, they said that there weren't going to be any load screens. So, I mean, I expect that. So, I mean, I guess I should still be hyped for it. That's awesome. But I expect at this point that or they're bold-faced liars.
Yeah. The second I see a load screen, I want a refund. Leaked box contents. Somebody apparently got a listing of the box contents when you buy a PlayStation 5. They leaked the contents, the model numbers of the PlayStation 5s. They have digital and the normal edition. We're looking at a console number of CFI 1015A and 1015B for the digital edition. That comes with, in the box, a PS5 console, okay, a wireless controller. We get it. 825 gigabyte SSD. Now that sounds weird because it should just be part of the console. Who knows? A base, which I guess it will hold the console. I guess it has to, right? Because the console has that weird design. HDMI cable, AC power cord, USB cable, probably to charge the controller. An instruction manual. Thank goodness I don't know how to play a video game. And Astro's Playroom. Pre-installed game. The console may need to be updated to the latest system software version. Internet connection required. I don't know if PlayStradamus predicted the Astro's Playroom would be built in. I think it was just announced on something. PlayStradamus still predicts that it's going to be a PSVR title as well, but we'll see how that goes. Adam, does this give you any insight? Does this give you any hype? Does it feel legitimate to you? I mean, it's just leaked information. Is there anything about this that sounds incorrect or fishy?
No, I think it sounds about right. It kind of is odd that I guess it makes sense that the disc version doesn't have anything additional than the digital version. I mean, yeah. I know you're paying extra for the actual disk drive. I get that, but couldn't they throw something else in there? Give me an extra USB cable or something. I don't know.
To charge all your DVDs before you put them in the disk drive, right? Yeah,
exactly.
You got to so they can spin because we have the SSD, so there's no spinning parts. So you got to have something to spin it for. You got to charge up the. Yeah, you're right. That's why I think this is bunk because they don't have a thing to charge up your discs. And then. That's not too juicy. Adam, I just want to leave the listeners and the viewers with some hype here. I'm going to share my screen if you'll allow it. Oh, crap. Did I have the wrong picture? There we go. Let me share my screen if possible. I think you're hosting this call, but we're going to do what we can. It's a picture here of the launch titles that are happening, that are coming out. I don't have anything illicit up here, do I? No. The launch titles here. Horizon Forbidden West. I guess they're not
do
launched.
We know these aren't launch
These aren't launch titles, but these are the games that we know are coming out for the PlayStation 5, and it's to get you hyped, to get you ready. These are games we know that are coming out in the launch window, maybe in 2020, early 2021, just to get excited. Astro's Playroom. Destruction All-Stars looked surprisingly good. Sackboy was meh, but Returnal by Housemarque looked great. Demon Souls, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Gran Turismo 7, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Horizon 2 Forbidden West, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Godfall, Game of the Year 2020, we all know that, Ghostwire Tokyo, Project Athia, Stray, Solar Ash, Goodbye Volcano High, Deathloop, Jet. This is just, it's such a ridiculous assortment of games. All of these games look very interesting and very impressive, and we just have such a wonderful library already. You rarely see this level of quality. PlayStation 4 came out, it was like Knack and some janky version of Killzone. And here we have all these games or something I would get hyped about if they came out individually. They're all going to be coming out in the same window. It's just, I'm pumped. Is there one of these that sticks out to you, Adam, that gets you most excited?
I mean, we've already talked about Horizon. I'm pretty pumped for it because the way it looks. That's not going to be a launch title. Of these, I mean, there's a lot that I think are going to be like real good. Deathloop is definitely going to be a must play. I really like Returnal. I think that if that's a launch title, that's going to be my first go-to grab. Yeah,
it's going to be a winner, man. That Returnal Housemarque is an excellent studio. I'm very interested in that game. Yeah.
The Godfall, I think, definitely has some definite potential. Ratchet and Clank. I mean, like all of these are good. The Pathless isn't on here, so F you.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, no, this is a mock-up somebody made on Reddit. I should probably give them a shout out. They posted it. Youth of the Nation 1 is their Reddit name. So I shamelessly stole this from Reddit. But it got me so tingly that it felt so good. New games, man. New games on a new console. It doesn't get better than that. I'm so ready for this. And with that, I think we'll let everybody go. Thank you for listening to Play PS5, the podcast. Give us your hype. Give us your money. Give us your time and your loving. You know what? Go ahead, pick up the phone, call your mom's sister. And if that doesn't work, go ahead, call your cousin's mother, because we want to get in her ears and we want to get on the floor playing PS5 while we master debate who's taking her home tonight. So email us at contact@playps5podcast.com. Don't screw that up, guys. We want to hear from you. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Leave us some comments because we have to get monetized, guys. We get demonetized left and right on Play PSVR. It's Play PS5. We need the cash. We got to get monetized. Thank you for making that work. And stop playing with yourself. Play PS5.